Hey guys, it's Gabe. It's been a minute. I am very happy to be planning again with you now that my semester is over. I am going to be planning for the week of May 10th in this really cheap planner that I got from TJ Maxx. So I think it's the Ecolo brand, but I don't have a whole lot of the original branding materials, so I'm not completely sure like the model number or however you say it. But it's just a basic kind of horizontal weekly setup. So the first thing that I generally do is go in with my whiteout. I'm kind of rough with my whiteout, as you can see, and I have to kind of go over a couple times. But that's because I'm going to be putting down stickers on top of it. So as long as I can't see the main outline of the days, it doesn't really bother me. I just, especially when a lot of the stickers that I use have kind of like a white background, it just makes sense for me. And I try to do it all at the beginning, and then I try at least to double check that my dates are correct, though sometimes I mess up. I don't think I did this week, but all the same. So I'm going to be going into the Planner Friends Recollections sticker book. And you can kind of see me flipping through. I didn't have a whole lot of a plan going into this. So right now I'm kind of just looking for something that could work as a makeshift date cover because I am not a type of person to buy a bunch of date covers just because, that's money, and also because I enjoy using these. I think they're quarter boxes. I enjoy using the quarter boxes just to relabel the dates. So you can see me going and grabbing these kind of three-dimensional quarter boxes and just laying it over that main area that I used whiteout for. And I'm just putting it on every day. Sometimes I call it a day and just write in the day of the week and the date. But this time, I actually go in later with some like date labels that are super small and kind of hard to read. I think they're originally made for a monthly kind of a setup, but I don't know. Um, yeah, so I'm just going through putting them all down. I'm not the most exact planner, but I have recently been using tweezers to put down the stickers, and I'll be honest with you. When I first saw someone using tweezers, I thought it was so extra. But now that I do it, I kind of get it. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid about the tweezers. I'm here for it. So this is the Everyday Basics sticker book by Recollections. And this is when I'm going into those teeny tiny date labels that are kind of hard to see on camera, but I didn't think about that beforehand. And I originally go in with this light blue color, but then I'm like, do I want light blue? And so here I'm putting it back. I do change my mind quite a bit, but I try to keep it to a minimum after I've stuck the stickers down, just because I feel like it can be wasteful. But anyways, I'm going in with the kind of light green days of the week labels that come in this, and I really do think they're for a monthly or an overview kind of planning situation. But I don't really mind. I think that it's, I kind of just use what I have, because that's the most cost efficient but also the least wasteful in my mind, because that's one of my things about planning that I've had to get over a little bit, is that it feels wasteful even though it's not, because using a sticker is not wasting a sticker. But we're learning here. I'm trying to get over that. I'm sorry if the focusing isn't the best. I'm still really learning how to film, but I appreciate you bearing with me, because I am just filming on my phone. But yeah, so I'm putting down these little date dot stickers. They are super hard to read on camera, but I can see them when I'm just looking at my actual planner, and they're not super in your face. So here you can see me struggling, which is really cute of me. But basically, because this is like a mass manufactured sticker book, and because of like the price point, which was about $10 maybe, it's not kiss cut perfectly, and like kiss cut just means like the stickers are cut enough that you can peel them off the page, but the page itself isn't cut through. And you can see like the page has cut through in some of these spots just because it's hard for me to like grab the edge and peel the sticker up. If you hear a little jingling, that would be because my beautiful cat, Miss Mercury, please just leave me alone. Oh, I'm so sorry. She is helping as she does. Um, she's always up in my business, and there's only so much I can do because I'm an enabler, and I feel bad putting her off my desk. Anyways, now I'm going back in, and I am just kind of like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. This week I don't have a whole ton going on, if that makes sense, because like I am in the space between summer break and spring semester. And I know some like colleges will do a J term, which is like January semester, where you condense one semester into a month. Well, we do May term at my college. And so I'm taking two credit classes within the month, and they're super fun. You know, like they're a little wacky, but I'm still earning English credit, which is my major. Sorry, that was kind of long-winded. But basically I'm going in with these kind of like circular striped dots, and I'm just marking off the main appointments and classes that I have this week so far. And I tried to like correspond the color of the stripe with like the color that I have on my Google Calendar for my classes. But you could see me trying to figure out if those boxes would work on the page before I was counting. And they would, but then I realized I used a little light kind of like powder blue, and that's not the move for me. So there's this appointment, like kind of like 3D label, which I thought was cute. You know, I was trying not to be so particular with what colors I was choosing for the stickers, because this is a bright kit. Well, it's not a kit, bright sticker book. And my style kind of like gravitates towards neutrals, like dark neutrals, or like kind of like greens and taupes, and like it's just out of my comfort zone is what I mean. So I tried not to be too particular. I ended up kind of like going back on some of my decisions, not these ones particularly, but about the colors, and you'll see that later on. So these I put those two flags to mark my injection dates that I have to keep track of, and I'll be putting an icon over it in a bit. But yeah, I went back to that same page and I grabbed that kind of like bleached red, that's the only way I can really think about it, to, excuse me, to mark what class it was. And I really like the kind of like layering situation, but I don't go too overboard. So now I'm just writing in the names of the classes and what time they start. So RPG stands for role-playing games. So basically we're going to be studying different interactions within like Dungeons and Dragons, which is super fun. And then I have that podcast class where we're going to be producing podcasts, listening to podcasts, stuff like that. Anyways, trying to move quicker. That day off sticker, I end up switching it out. It's a bad green. It doesn't match the take note, which I realize I just edited out the footage of, but that's just like a The take note sticker just marks that I want to help my partner register for my ecology class, and that is the deadline for one of them. And then these sheets that I'm pulling from right now, including the planner kind of like notebook sticker, the trash sticker, and the day off stickers, are from Planner Envy that I got off of a D stash. So I have no idea how old they are. And then I'm going into like my Piper Paper Company kind of icons because I just think they're so cute. I love them. As you can see, I use that hand sanitizer one so much because like I don't want to like put an icon of a needle for my injection date because that's, I don't know, I would just hype myself up for it in an unnecessary manner, for it being big and scary, even though it's actually not. And then I'm just grabbing these gold foil flags, and then that is a little pill bottle icon still from Piper Paper Company. And that's just to refill my pill sorter, super exciting. And then I will link in the description the shops, but maybe not the specific products, because I know for a fact, because I've looked, I'm not the type to like reorder a ton of stuff, but I looked for those hand sanitizer ones, and that one doesn't exist anymore, and I'm so sad about it. But I know there's like a hand soap one, but it looks too fancy. If that makes sense. So if you know any like sticker shops that do a good, like hand sanitizer or something like that, just let me know. I'm very interested. And then while I was blabbering, I put down the grocery bag sticker and the laundry detergent sticker, which is kind of hard to tell what it is, but I know what it is, and that's what matters. Um, yeah, and now I'm going in with this like cleaning caddy kind of a sticker. Um, yeah, I just kind of like put the icons down on the days that I think I'll do these things. But because I planned this a little bit early, I planned it on a Thursday, I think. I ended up moving some of them around, but that's okay because this paper is very forgiving. It's kind of like a newsprint kind of feeling paper instead of like the gritty 100 GSM kind of fancy planner paper. But I'm here for it. I like it. It works. It bleeds through, and that's fine. I didn't want to invest in a really expensive weekly planner because I honestly will refer to it in the morning and then not look at it again all day because I'm a daily planner. Like that's where I do like the meat of my planning. And then I'm just bringing out my washi tapes to try and like pick one because I did not plan that far ahead. I'm picking out, most of these I got from D stashes, so I can try and tell you where they're from, but most of them are simply gilded just because that's what I have. I was gonna do those ones, and I'm like, bro, that's mixing foil, you amateur. At myself, I'm an amateur. But now I'm just like picking stuff and trying to decide. Um, yeah, because I wanted to do something gold, and I wasn't sure what was going to go on. I ended up with this white grid washi, which I think is from Amazon, but it was a gift, so I'm not 100% sure. And then I kept out like the bow perforated washi, even though I don't end up using it because I mainly use the pastel kind of like stars situation. And I don't know the names of them because I got them all from D stashes because that's money. um, but yeah, as you can see, wow, I cannot white out in a straight line. Like, I hope I don't get pulled over because, like, I will not be able to walk in a straight line. It's kind of bad. But also, I'm using white grid washi, so it doesn't really matter. I realized afterwards that I probably didn't even need to white it out because it's a grid. But you know what? We're not going to think about it. What's done is done. I got a little nervous because I'm kind of running out. And I've only had this for like, well, I guess I've had it for like upwards of 6 months. But I have recently gotten to the phase of my stash where I'm using things up and I'm running out. And like it's simultaneously the best feeling ever to finish a roll of washi, but also like, oh, I really used all that, huh? So like, yeah, it's a mixed feeling. And I ended up using this kind of like stars one because I like it, and it kind of, I thought, tied in the colors because they're all over the place, at least in my opinion, because I usually gravitate towards neutrals, but I'm just using it to divide the days so that you don't really have to see that kind of like, it's not that harsh of like a printed line, but I just don't like it. I don't like it. But anyways, I'm just using a ruler to cut it because I am not that exact. You know, I know some people like use blades and stuff, and I've tried it, and it works, but it's a lot of work for like what looks the same to me. But then again, I'm not the most tedious when it comes to placement or anything like that because I think it looks better when it's a little when it looks a little messed up, just a little messed up, because then you know you did it and it didn't come that way. If that makes sense. Like if we wanted perfect planners, we would just leave what's printed, you know, because like some people like have like the florals on their layouts, like the new Erin Condren flora whatever's. I've been looking, I'm not buying, but I've been looking. But anyways, that was weird. This is a Walmart sticker book. It's from Walmart. I like it. uh, and I mostly pull into it for these metallic gold letters, which when I first opened this sticker book up, which was like probably a year or so ago, but I have no concept of time. I was like, what would I use that for? I'm not scrapbooking, and now I use it all the time. You know, like I'm just writing in the month. You know, because like I don't have a whole lot of like month labels, just because I operate on a mostly de-stash clearance basis, partially because that's who I am. It hurts me to spend money, but partially because I'm a college student and this is a really fulfilling hobby for me, but I'm a college student working part-time. So I do what I can. Um, but yeah, this was actually really out of my comfort zone. I do not usually put people in my planners. You know, like Cindy Gwinter Baldo with like llama letters, or that was what she used to be. Always like, I don't want people's in my planners. And I'm like, me too, because they freak me out. That, but also more for me, it's because, and this might sound stupid, I don't see myself represented. You know, like when there are doodlier characters, they are not fat, you know, and warning, I say the word fat a lot, and I know it can be hard for some people to hear. And I won't use it to describe other people necessarily, but to describe myself, it's a neutral descriptor, you know, like, so, like, I hope you know that's not like me digging for reassurance, especially because y'all haven't seen my body or my face, probably. Anyways, um, that was weird. I'm just going with the clear kind of, you know, I was using the deco first, but I will go in with the peoples later. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to use stuff that I wouldn't usually use. And I think I did a really good job of that, you know? Like it pushed me a little bit, not only because this is pastel, but also because there's people and it's happy and spring and shit. Oh my goodness. That was a that was great. Great camera work and great peeling abilities. Gosh, I'm doing really well, guys. Thanks for asking. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm fine. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, I'm just using this little tulip thingy. I think the deco ended up looking interesting because I don't usually use clear sticker paper because, you know, like unless it's in a sticker book, I'm not going to see clear sticker paper out. It's kind of a pain in the butt. But it looks kind of interesting when you can see the washing underneath. I don't know if I like it, but I did it and I'm keeping it. So that's how I feel about most of my spreads. I'm like, do I like it? Did I do it? Yeah. Am I going to keep it? Oh, yeah, of course. But yeah, I liked the idea of it being a little road. So that's why I was gonna, I went for that cat person, but I did not do that because I want them to be walking. It's like really cute to me to like use the kind of like white grid washi as if it's like a sidewalk or something. Sorry, I keep getting into weird accents. Please forgive me. Don't unsubscribe. Just kidding. You can do what you want. But yeah, I'm just having like people like walking down the street, especially because I don't have a whole lot of stuff to plan so far. Because it's the first week of classes. This is like the syllabus week, but because it is condensed into a month, this whole little semester, um, like every class is like a week of class, and I have two classes a week. So this is more like 2 weeks, Like I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so we jump right into it. But yeah, I'm just putting some butterflies, which is super out my comfort zone. I'm not kind of a butterfly kind of guy, but you know what? I'm feeling it. I really wish I put that green one over there because it would have looked better. You know what? Not worth redoing. That's my that's my philosophy. Is if it bugs me enough to redo it, it has to be really serious. Anyways, this is when I think I'm done. I'm not done. I need to switch that day off sticker because it's out of place. So, yeah, I peel that up. Will it be salvageable? Probably. May I lose it because it won't stick back on the paper correctly? Perhaps. But you know what? We can hope. And then I was just trying to decide, like, oh, what colors will I not use in any other contacts, basically. And I chose that one because I don't know. I just try and use stickers that I don't usually gravitate towards in weeks like this. So yeah, this is that or this. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to. Don't subscribe if you don't want to.